Welcome, travelers, to Love Hate. One show among billions. Oh my god, I knocked over a bottle and it went everywhere. Fuck. As I was saying, one show among billions and billions of planets, much like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, more like No Man's Buy. Well, there are definitely by men, so I forgot. This analogy is not working. So grab your thrusters, grab your plutonium, or whatever the fuck you get on that game. These are my things that I love and hate about No Man's Sky. I love the concept of it. I mean, flying around in a spaceship, exploring planets, randomly generated planets as well. So many systems, so much endless possibilities, which is a shame because I hate the fact that there's no multiplayer. Well, according to Sean Murray.
There's kind of a multiplayer.
But there isn't, let's be honest here. It just baffles me why they didn't put it in. I don't understand why. Now, don't get me wrong, single-player games are fine. I love single-player games. But this game just would be perfect for it. I don't know, the game just feels very lonely. And when I get lonely, I sing. And you don't want to hear me sing, trust me. I love the graphics though, the art style looks awesome. Very vibrant. Did I just say vibrant? It's like a pack of Skittles or Tetris blocks, but all jumbled up because the Tetris blocks are quite nice actually. But I hate that all the planets are actually really samey. I mean, aside from the color, they're all very, very similar. I mean, you may notice that maybe the pineapple is now an orange, but that's like Animal Crossing level shit. Oh man, this planet's well different. It's got a blue mushroom instead of a green one. I don't know, they just feel very samey to me, like most white girls. Is that racist? For example, if I had said like most Asian people, that would be racist, right? Or if I had said, like, most black people, that would suddenly be racist. Because I said white girls or white people, I don't think anybody would care. Anyway, I love the seamless transition when you're in space and you go down to the planet. There are no load times. Don't get me wrong, you can see textures that are like doot, 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 but it still feels great to go from space using the warp and going straight directly to the planet. You feel like a proper Captain Kirk. Then again, Captain Kirk's a bit of a goon. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Actually, you know what? There are loading times. The warp things are loading times, but so you can't fool me, No Man's Sky. I hate the fact that there's no sense of accomplishment or goal. At first I was like, look at my planet, this is so cool. I can name things, look at my creatures, what is my voice? But aside from get to the center of the universe or the side quest, the Atlas thing, there's nothing really going on. And I did the Atlas thing for a while, but every time I got there, I didn't feel any sort of accomplishment. I just spoke to a giant ball and was like, okay, my life is fun. And I just do not have the motivation for that. Maybe if some planets had, you know, massive boobs on it, then definitely not, because that'd be really weird. I love the weird creatures though. When you see one, you're like, what is that? I had the strangest creature this one time. It was literally like a weird dog, and I'm not even joking, it had a boomerang for a head. I also saw this weird pineapple jumping around. Like, what is that? Then again, they are aliens, so maybe us humans are the stupid ones, you know what I mean? Think about it. But I hate how a lot of the creatures and the aliens do look the same, because they do. Most of them always run on all fours as well. Aside from the jumping pineapple thing, I saw a million ones that are running around on all fours. I saw some occasional flying ones. That was pretty interesting. And there's one planet I went onto and there was a bunch of like dinosaur looking things. But again, how is that an alien? It legit was a dinosaur. So I guess it's kind of cool, but they're all just very samey. I'm gonna be honest here. Maybe it was weird for me because my first discovery was one with a boomerang for a head. So everything past that just felt really lame. I mean, come on, he's got a boomerang for a head. Actually, I hate that boomerang headed thing. That should be a hate in itself. I love the way the ship flies though. It feels great. I love flying around in space, shooting the rocks, seeing some AI fly in. I remember the first time I saw another ship on the planet and I thought it was a real person. I was following them around for ages till I realized it was an AI. And the game crushed my dreams. I feel like all my loves keep ending up into hates. I hate the crafting system though. I don't think it's that great if I'm honest. I just think it's annoying. There's too many materials to get, and every time you craft something, it always goes back to like the little inventory thing. For example, I want to make 5 antimatters. Every time I make one, it goes back to the inventory. I gotta go across and press the button again, then move over and do it all over again. Why are you doing this to me, game? It was such a first world problem that I turned off my PS4, sat in a corner and contemplated my life. I love the music though and the sound effects. I love all the sounds and the whooshes and the little creatures like the first time I ever took off, the music was like doing cool stuff. That felt so good. And I remember thinking, wow, this game's awesome, man. But I hate the grinding. Oh my god, you just go down to a planet, you hold R trigger and you get some mineral thingy-majigs. Then you sell them to Daft Punk alien-looking motherfuckers. Buy some antimatter, then warp. That's legit the whole game. And the aliens look all the same as well. They're literally all just Daft Punk clones. But I love the first time you actually discover things. Like I said, the first hour or two of this game's really cool. You're like, oh my god, I'm flying around, discovering cool creatures. What is this? What is that? This is all brand new and so cool. And it is a really cool experience. Which is why I hate the fact that it's 50 quid. If this game was around 20 quid, I actually would recommend it because it is worth 20 pounds in my opinion. I bought Jet Set Radio the other day for 79 pence. And I played that for like 4 hours and had more fun with it than this game. It's just really overpriced. For £50, it is mental they're asking for that much. I assume Sony bought them or something and, you know, tripled their development team and added a whole bunch of new stuff in it to get that price tag. I always thought originally it was going to cost me about £15 or something. I could have spent that money on pizzas. But I do love how the life support system isn't actually that annoying. It doesn't interfere with gameplay too much. Every now and then it's like, warning, you're about to die. But it's not always in your face all the time, constant. And I do like that. You haven't got to eat. You haven't got to do this other bullshit to survive. But I hate the fact that the game crashes. I can't even play the game if I wanted to anymore. I've tried 3 more times to give this game a go, but nope. Every time it crashes, I'm stuck. Every time I go to a new system, I get an error and the little blue screen thing pops up and says, error, your game is broken and you suck. Every time. I'm literally stuck on my system. It's even more bullshit because the planet sucks. So woe is me. And there you go. That's my opinion on No Man's Sky. Should you buy it? Honestly, I would say no. I would wait until it's around £20-25. These episodes do tend to go up really late after the games come out. So by the time this goes up, maybe it'll be like fucking next year and it'll be about £5. I think if you love space exploration, you've got a lot of time to kill, you don't mind spending that much money, and you do like crafting and survival games, and you like spending a lot of time by yourself, then I think this is the game for you. For someone like me who haven't got time to keep grinding, and I like things that are always constantly fresh, for me it just felt a bit flat, which is a shame because I didn't go into this game with much hype, to be honest, and even then I was disappointed. I'm glad the game exists, and fair play to Hello Games, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.